Landing an airplane made easy. When learning to land, just as it is with every other worthwhile pursuit, everything is hard until it becomes easy. If you're feeling frustrated about learning to land, remember, to get to easy, you have to go through hard. So, you want to improve your landings? Okay, I've put together the following tips. Airspeed is king. Proper airspeed control is the key to great landings. Establish the recommended airspeed for downwind leg, base leg, and final approach. Consider every landing as having three phases: approach, the round out, and the flare. Approach. One of the goals for every student pilot is to make every approach the same. Every good landing begins with a stabilized approach. It is almost impossible to have a good landing every time if your approach changes from one to the other. For this reason, students are taught to perform specific steps to configure the airplane for landing in a specific leg of a traffic pattern. For example, 10 degrees of flaps abeam the numbers on downwind, 20 degrees on base, and 30 degrees on final. When discussing an approach to landing and a landing, it would be important to mention the rollout. Don't give up flying the airplane just because you've got the wheels to land on the runway. In fact, keep that airplane on center line and fly it all the way to the hangar. Ballooning. Some students attempt to transition from a nose-low descent attitude directly to a nose-high flare attitude. This results in ballooning if the airplane carries too much airspeed. Often the student pilot will try to compensate by abruptly pushing the controls forward, resulting in porpoising. This is dangerous because the nose gear could strike the ground and the student pilot could lose control of the airplane. If a flare is started too early with too low an airspeed, it causes a high rate of descent and a hard landing. If the flare is started too late, the airplane's wheels strike the runway surface before the airplane is done flying, and the airplane bounces back into the air. Between the descent and the flare, there is the phase called the round out. In this phase, the airplane is transitioned from a nose-low attitude to a nose-level attitude. This attitude allows the airplane to diminish the extra airspeed, transition to a nose-high attitude, and smoothly touch down on the runway with a low rate of descent. As you start the round out on final approach and begin to flare, visual cues become extremely important. Where exactly should you be looking as you bring the control wheel back and prepare to place the wheels just where you want them on the pavement? Eyes front. To give you a wider scope of vision and a better feel for your height above the ground and your movement over the surface, your head should be pointed straight ahead and your visual focus should be alternating from a point just over the airplane's nose to the desired touchdown zone and back again. Keep your eyes on your own work. Your peripheral vision is used in the flare to give you a good idea of whether you're drifting to either side of the runway. As speed decays in the flare, the distance at which your vision is focused should be reduced accordingly. Hey buddy, look where you're going! There are 3 secrets to great landings. Unfortunately, nobody knows what they are. Like I said, they're secrets. So, I made up my own 3 rules for making great landings. Practice, practice, practice. Hey, you can always go around if you bounce, porpoise, flare too high, have an unstabilized approach, or you just don't feel right about the landing. By all means, add power and pitch and go around.
Well, there I was that one fine Sunday afternoon, just me and my airplane in a little airport we'd never been to before. We were on short final and nothing was looking right. I was seeing red over red and white over white. I couldn't seem to remember how that saying went anyway, but I was staring straight down at the runway, and all I could think of was I was setting myself up to ungraciously dismantle this perfectly good little airplane, and then off in the distance I heard a voice. I think it was that of my flight instructor saying, "You can always go around. You can always go around. If it don't look right coming down, don't wait until you're sideways, maybe sliding on the ground. You can always go around." I know back when I learned to fly, my instructor was yelling in my ear, "Power in, carpet cold, climb out and pitch, flaps to go, take it round the patch one more time again." But I know now, he was showing me that just because the nose is pointing down, if it doesn't look right, give it one